Jan.
We got two public hearings.
We have two public hearings.
Oh, that's right. You gotta do that first.
We got that out of the way though.
Yeah.
We're opening up a public hearing for the stormwater rates as of 6:02. Jan, refresh my memory and where,
Well, we have to, well, we're proposing to assess a stormwater rate to the
and for stormwater, this is,
residents. Yeah,
this was for the grant. We have to have a stormwater
fee.
and this fee, actually, the project we're looking at is off of Howard and, between Howard and actually all the way to Columbia, right through there. That's part of it, and then also rebuilding the manholes.
And it's a flat rate, I think it's, what is it? Can't find it.
I'm moving forward to it. There it is. That storm. With all the definitions that we provide.
It's for, oh, $3.10, sorry.
Excuse me?
It's $3.10.
10 cents
Yeah, for every.
for every utility user.
Yeah, correct.
Any questions from council? Any questions from the public? With that in mind, we will move forward with the public hearing for stormwater rates. And I will submit that grant application to Okra then. I hereby close the public hearing. Now we have a public hearing for sewer rate changes. And according to the USDA...
Here's what I found.
Oh, what did you find? According to the USDA grant application we had, and also there was a slight shortfall in about year 4 and 5, that the increase would be to basically an ordinance amending the schedule of sewer rate and charges to be collected by the city of Union City and the owner and properties served by the sewage works of the city. And residential rates per month, present at 900 cubic feet, it's 8408. Phase 1 is 8573. Phase 2 is 8749. Phase 3 is 8926. And that would be phased in over the 3 years.
I thought it was 6 years.
Well, it doesn't give you a schedule here where I'm at. But it gives you the 3 phases where I'm at. Any additional comments from council? This is the second.
Is it 3 years or is it? I thought it was lengthier than that.
Well, it's 3 phases.
I thought it said.
These things are never short on the pages.
Well, I think the rate's based off of words in the ordinance. And that's basically, that doesn't matter here nor there, whether it's 3 years or 6 years, it's phased in three
phases.
Three phases.
Okay. Just to clarify, yeah, because I thought for some reason it was
I
stretched
thought it
out.
said somewhere 6 years.
Yeah, I thought I'd seen that too.
Any questions from the public? Then I hereby then close the public hearing. Jan, would you take roll call?
Dan Vinson,
Here.
Bob Leahy,
Here.
Jim Hufford,
Here.
Tim Heiss, absent, Chad Spence.
Here.
Trust you had a chance to review the consent agenda as presented. Any changes, corrections? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
I will motion that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
We have a first, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Department reports. Jan received a letter under the public access records, and I'm just sharing this with the public in regards to, yeah, Ryan, there you are, where it's asking for specific information and whatever else. And some of it is related to the rental inspection. And then they get specific in asking for the enforcement officer, is it related to anyone who is under the Union City employee? If so, please provide the name and the relationship and the date of her hire. Additionally, please provide any active professional certificates and active licenses with expiration dates related to this position of employment. Well, so they're starting to ask questions that actually have been answered time and time again, and this does not fall under public access.
Well,
I'll read a couple more, just for humor. I request the city identify all the family relationships of those who are employed by the city and include their dates of hire, which if that's all public record, that's on our, would be, but there's no report that states that. Then please identify any person or company has a contract with the city that is related to me, Monty Poling, or any other council member or any city employee. Then please disclose the names of all the city employees, elected or otherwise, who own rental properties, including rental property owned by the city of Union City. So, just wanted to share the type of information that's requested.
well, what the public access counselor has told us in seminars that I've been to where he's hosted is that the public access laws don't require the city to create reports. And if information is held in a report that's usually kept in the normal course of business, then that is liable for that's discoverable under the public access. If there's a report that you generate, but the city isn't required to create a report based on someone's request for information. So the public access is anything that the council or the city has that's a document that's kept in the usual course of business, and that is liable to be handed out as a public access record.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't keep, like for instance, that last one, all city employees.
City employees, elected or otherwise, who own rental properties.
I mean, I don't know why you would have.
That would have to be generated by information and investigation to put together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the GIS
Not the
website.
normal,
Yeah, that's not something
normal
that,
policy and procedure to keep that information
Right.
on file.
Right.
So therefore, the public access doesn't have oversight.
correct.
Right. If it was something that you had, for years kept track of who you hired, who all the family trees.
Right.
Then it would be, but since it's not, and the same way with who owns rental properties.
Right.
Through the city, that information isn't accessible,
Because the city doesn't have it.
doesn't keep that
Right.
information
Right,
on file.
right. Therefore, the city wouldn't be liable.
So those questions, were those questions presented to public access or to the city?
They were presented to the city.
Oh, to the
As a
city.
public
Okay.
records.
That's why they didn't went to
Request.
public access, because
Yeah.
they didn't get that information. I see.
Well, actually, they're just stating, under Indiana code, public records,
Right.
citing the
If
code.
records are available, there to be, but if they're not, the city doesn't necessarily have to generate those.
Correct.
That information.
Correct.
It's upon the complainant to research and investigate themselves and then file with the Attorney General if they think there's
Oh,
something
yeah.
improper. And then they'll decide. Isn't that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd share that with what Jan goes through to have to respond to individuals. You're welcome, Jan. I said in the prayer regarding with Monty, he is, his ankle is, I think he's got 10 screws in his ankle. He's really in a difficult spot. He's but good spirits.
How's Sally?
Well, she's holding her own with him, and but Lonnie's. We've got a lot of volunteers for meals, and that's been delivered, and we're working with Steve as kind of being his gopher to, there's different meetings that need to be with whether it's the construction meetings that's going on or. We got different. Well, we got an Okra meeting that's coming up regarding the stormwater. So there's just a lot that's happening around town right now. This occurred when he was actually doing a walkthrough of the Backstay building with one of the John Anderson's companies that he's utilizing.
He was with one of John's people.
Yeah. So, and he was in the old section on the old steel steps. So.
The steps gave way.
Mm-hmm. 18 feet.
Yeah, I'd heard, I didn't know exactly, I knew he fell a little bit of a distance.
And on Facebook, seen for Randolph County Economic Development posted the report where fire department, actually both Winchester and Union City, fixed hot dogs for about 700 kids. No, 700 hot dogs for about 250 kids. Is that what it was?
We didn't get a head count on how many was there. We fixed somewhere between 700 and 800 hot dogs. So
That was a great event too. I mean, it was Dare to
They said
Lead.
that, what, 260 people or something like that there, I think is what I heard.
But, and we had our last concert series, that was last Saturday.
yep.
So, and we're looking at possibly extending it to,
We're looking at the first Saturday of November, December, January, and February with indoor firehouse.
firehouse pipes.
That's like, oh my gosh.
Dress warmly.
Might have 3 people. It was outdoors.
We don't have anything booked, but the firehouse pipes has been offered if we wish to continue it, so.
That's awesome.
Anything else going, you want to comment on, Steve?
Trick or Treat's the next event coming up for the city. It's October 26th. Basically, activities will start at 10 a.m. We're running a Holiday Heroes disc golf scramble. It's a fundraiser to raise money for the Holiday Heroes Christmas shopping event that we do every year. That will roll into the trick or treat Halloween costume parade and judging around Artisan Park. That will start at 5, or lineup starts at 5. There will also be trunk or treat around Artisan park from 5 to 7. Trick or treat in the city is from 7 to 9. And the haunted zombie run is at 9:30. And Roots from Tree Hill Farms is running an event at their location where they'll be selling beer and chili with music in their outdoor dining area there.
It starts at what time?
The beer and chili starts at 5.
At 5?
And at 6, then also, I believe, one of the groups from the school is going to be running haunted hay rides through the city. That'll be free also.
And that'll run from 5 to 9:30?
The
Roots Day?
It'll run from 5 until whenever the zombie runs over.
Oh,
So
so
it'll
food
probably be-
available from 5 to,
Yeah, it'll probably be 11:30, 12 o'clock when the zombie runs all over.
Cool. Just a couple updates. Brad gave us an update. We got one water well that's down. We got a company that's coming in to do some service work for him, and it's not going to disrupt our system, but just one of those things that we've never really experienced this. It's well 21. Leaf pickup will begin here shortly, as soon as the leaves start falling, and we'll run through the first part of December for about 6 weeks.
Mayor, it's November 4th, they'll start leaf
Okay.
pickup.
And they'll still do brush pickup, but only for calling. They'll just call the city building, leave a message. And the plant upgrade is moving right along. They've moved a lot of dirt out there. The oxidation ditch, clarifiers, and the EQ basin's all been sketched out in the dirt. We have had interest in our old vac truck. So we actually two individuals interested in that. So as soon as the new one comes in late December, we can get rid of the old vac truck. So things are moving out to wastewater treatment plant. We've kind of stepped up with on our minimum housing standards. Kyler Purdon is actually assisting Kobe. Kobe's taking him around to. We've had substantial amount of complaints in the last 90 days regarding whether it's inside furniture, outside, trash in the yards, trash in the backyards.
You name it.
Yeah, you name it. The calls have come in pretty steady, and so Kobe's taking Kyler around to assist him on that. And then one last thing.
when you say stepped up, does that mean the no more warnings, just going right to the citations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last thing is we have. It's actually a pool upgrade. Our pool media is beyond its life, and we're looking at a lifetime media source that we're going to put in there, and then we're going to kind of take a look at the when we get it all pulled out, take a look at the plumbing into the pool. So the initial cost for the lifetime is approximately $9,200. So that'll be we'll be moving forward with that because we'll get that for this year's budget, and then take a look at the plumbing into next spring. So that's all I got for that. Jan, have anything?
No, just, well, one thing, we're gonna start closing the office on Wednesday afternoons, starting next week. And the reason for that is to give the office personnel a chance to get caught up on paperwork and filing and stuff like that, because we have a hard time getting it done with being interrupted all the time when.
Well, with Mary Ann being out.
Mary Ann's out,
Yeah.
so.
That'll continue for how long?
Well, until further notice, because I don't know how long she's gonna be out.
She doesn't have
She's been out
surgery.
since May, and I
Yeah.
still don't have a surgery date for her,
Yeah.
so.
Anything else?
Nope.
Council members? Dan?
Nope.
Bob?
I don't have anything.
Jim?
No, nothing.
Chad?
Couple things. Any word yet by chance on the property at Carter Street and State Line?
I am in open discussions with his attorney.
Their attorney, okay,
Yeah.
cool. That goes in line with what you were just talking about with ordinance violations.
Is that the one that's boarded up?
Just trash collection.
Farther north.
Yeah, it's looking like a junkyard.
Oh, that one.
Keeps
That one.
adding
That's
to it.
poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps getting worse, unfortunately. It's going the other way. On a lighter note, I want to give a public call out to Diana Loomis, Sharon Hoggett, Ruth Schweigert, and Sue Miller, who have been working tirelessly to do the cards out there for Community Christmas, and they look phenomenal. And Kearns Brothers has even donated like a clear coat, so they're all going to be glossed over to help protect them.
Yeah.
And they look just outstanding. And there's actually going to be a horse ring exhibit this year. We got 8 lighted ice skaters that we're getting. That will be new addition for this year's Community Christmas, and they're going to be in the center of the horse ring. So it's going to go from a horse ring to an ice rink for a month. And shout out to also the Lions Club. They've been helping here and there. We've got 70 trees done so far. And they've been a good help in helping get things going. And then if you see lights drop from the trees, but they're all bundled together, it's because we can't stake yet because we're not done mowing.
We're gonna mow one more time, but we're waiting for the leaves to fall.
Oh,
So, well,
you might reword that phrase.
when do you guys wanna start planting the?
Planting the stakes. Just the sooner the better. I mean,
Okay.
if we can get started by the beginning of November, we should be okay. But it's
Okay.
because
So
we're
a couple
talking
weeks.
220 trees. I mean, we have a stake, and it's 220 times 16, so that's a lot of stakes if you think about it. And then, if my math was better, I would tell you. And the last thing was just a reminder to everybody: at the end of this month, because I talked to Bo Porter with the advertising firm that we went with down there in Richmond. And it's paid for by the Randolph County Tourism. And the billboard along I-70 for Community Christmas should be up by the end of this month.
Okay.
So it'll actually be up before November 1st, promoting Union City and Community Christmas right off of I-70.
Will we still be doing the flyover?
To my knowledge, yes. I've not heard definitive confirmation of that, but
Have you heard?
I'm hopeful.
Bill?
No.
Paul's organization did that, wasn't it?
Yes.
I don't know.
There was some discussion, in case
It's
you're
very
right.
questionable
Yeah.
because that's one of the things that the commissioners differed with the airport board over
Yeah.
was the
They're-
way they hosted charity events and didn't pay the county money for doing that. So now they have a totally different board who's going to vote differently than the past board. So my guess is
They had so
there's a
much-
very good chance it might not happen.
Because they had so much call for it last year, it ran way over.
Oh gosh, it ran till like almost 2 in the
2 in the
morning.
morning or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so that meant paying staff to be there, and so it cost the county, and they weren't so happy with that.
Anything else, Chad?
That's all I have. Thank you.
No presenters, old business, chamber update. Bob, is there anything new for the
The
chamber?
only thing I can tell you is what my Frau told me, and that is that the chamber is looking for a volunteer to work on posting the information on the new sign.
Well, I talked to Barb today. What we're asking is they call the city and we carry the key for that. And since it's basically our sign, we can also put very similar information that goes on the back of the bill that we put in there for various service organizations, whatever else. And
She has organized all the letters that came with it, and she donated a box full of letters of her own.
Okay.
So, as she and I will do the updates until the chamber comes up with a volunteer.
Well, that's what I was telling her. I said, no, we should hold the key up here.
Okay.
And then just like the digital sign and whatever else, that with that, if it's you can put multiple messages on the digital sign, but we don't do any business advertising or anything like that. If you're wishing somebody happy birthday, they just ask for a contribution to Holiday Heroes, and Christy takes care of that.
So are you saying we're putting up the lettering?
I'm saying we're going to control the key.
I thought I heard him
Controlling the
say
key's
you were going
fine.
to.
Putting up the lettering,
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
Okay.
we have a key, because we did the two that were up there now, they'll come down naturally. But Steve's information has to go up.
Right.
And I don't know, I think the high school has a fall
Festival.
going, and I assume
They got the
that
community
that's okay
Thanksgiving also.
I don't think the school falls into a for-profit organization, not since I've noticed. You're gonna limit this to nonprofits,
Correct.
correct? So it'd be the city and yeah, fine.
Very similar to what we put on the back of the bill.
I'm sorry?
Very similar to what we put on the back of the water and sewage bill.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, you know, if you don't want us to do that, we'll be fine not doing it. I'm not real crazy about standing there and putting all those letters in, but somebody's gotta do it until
Yep.
the chamber comes up with a volunteer.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Jan probably had somebody in her office.
well, now I'm turning, Chad gets the key, so,
Better hope I can spell.
So the nonprofits are the ones that put the information on there, but anyone can if they make a donation to the
that's the
Holiday
digital sign.
Heroes?
That's the digital sign.
Oh, down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's a different sign.
Now, is churches considered nonprofits?
They have their own signs and we're asked not to.
Okay, because the community Christmas is coming up, and it's about 700 local people get involved in that. And it's all
That's a
by the
community
churches.
event, that's not a,
Yeah, it's a community thing,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
So it's not
mostly
church
sponsored by
bill.
the churches and stuff. That should be done.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey,
How's it going?
good.
Any updates?
The only thing I have is I will be meeting with, I've been speaking with Kobe, and I'm gonna meet with Kobe on, and I suppose maybe Kyler, I don't know, but I'm definitely meeting with Kobe on Wednesday morning to discuss streamlining and doing better on the condemnation process and getting a hard and fast system down.
Well, and also, one thing you get to look at on condemned properties, then civilly that we sue the property owner.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
And we just tie it all together.
Right, and that's kind of what we're looking at, and basically just, I'm not gonna say fast tracking, but making it a regular.
When I talked to the city court, and they're welcome, and versus, she can make a determination, instead of giving somebody leeway to, especially repeat offenders for lawn mowing and whatever else.
Yeah,
Streamline that, and anything that's had time delays in it, she said that she would, make a decision on what makes sense.
yeah,
Because typically by the time you're cited and you go into court, you've got, 10 days. And if you can't clean up your property in that time,
yeah,
you got a problem, so.
yeah. I have nothing else.
And still nothing on 518 West Pearl?
Not yet, no.
Is it in the Dark County courts, or?
Well, I don't know, I need to talk with the owner.
Okay.
About that,
Okay.
yeah.
And nothing new on the abatement process?
Still working on that.
Okay, all right. Is that with George?
Yeah.
God bless you. Ordinance number 2019-09, it's the ordinance amending the sewer rates. This is the second reading. I gotta flip through here again.
This is the one you talked about having the 3 different phases.
Yes. Now, this is, sewer rates. I know this is second reading, but I just wanted to read the headline. Stormwater. This is ordinance number 2019-09, an ordinance amending the schedule of the sewer rates and charges to be collected by the City of Union City from the owners of the property served by the sewage waterworks of the city. It's broken down under 3 phases. As we said, present it's 8408. $84.08. For residential, that's 900 cubic feet. And all the way to phase 3, which is $89.26. And this is to offset the, for bonding purposes. Is that not correct, Jan?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So this is the second reading. Any questions or comments? If not, I entertain a motion.
Well, then I'll move that we approve on second reading ordinance 2019-09, an ordinance amending the schedule of sewer rates and charges to be collected by the city of Union City from the owners of property served by the sewage works of the city.
We have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
James, take roll call vote.
Dan Vincent,
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jim Hufford.
Yes.
Tim Heiss. Oh, not here. Chad Spence.
Yes.
The next item is ordinance number 2019-10. It's the second reading for the ordinance amending a stormwater user fee.
It's creating it, isn't it?
Creating it.
Yeah,
We don't have one yet.
I don't have one written in yet. That's what the fear is.
You know, I just
Get
read
amended.
what is there, Jan.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Starting again.
Yep.
So it's
That's my
the
fault.
it's
Should
the
say establishing.
Establishment, yeah.
City of Union City, Indiana ordinance number 2019-10. It's ordinance establishing a stormwater utility user fee for the City of Union City and adopting stormwater service user fee rates and policies for the City of Union City, Indiana, and repealing all city ordinances, sections or parts thereof, or in conflict herewith. So this is the second reading. Any questions or comments? Not entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we accept 2019-10, ordinance amending the stormwater usage fees on second reading by title only.
We have a first or a second.
I'll second.
James, take roll call vote.
Dan Vincent,
No.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jim Hufford.
Yes.
Chad Spence.
Yes.
Next item is ordinance number 2019-11. It's budget estimates. It's the second reading. Jane, anything you want to add to that?
No, not unless you want me to repeat what I said last time. Dig that out. Is that a no?
Are you pleading?
Yeah, no, well, the
increase.
the increase is for the tax funds is $139,820. And most of that increase, aside from the bonuses or not bonuses, rate increases for employees, we added a rental inspection officer, and then we had the SRO officer at the school.
Our portion for
Our
that.
portion for that. That's not totally ours, we just pay a certain amount. And then the insurance, in case there's a jump in insurance, which generally there is. I think it was about 8% last time, so. Anyway, that was, I didn't list all the differences, but those are major parts of the $139,000 increase. So, that being said, I don't know if there's any other questions.
Any questions by council? If not, I'd entertain a motion.
Not what we didn't cover last time.
What's that?
I said nothing from what we didn't already cover last
Yeah.
time.
Anyone?
Make sure I get the right one.
Had to get it back up there.
I'll make a motion, we accept 2019-11, the budget estimate on the second reading.
We have a first or a second.
I'll second.
James, take roll call vote.
Dan Vincent,
Yes.
Bob Leahy,
Yes.
Jim Hufford,
Yes.
Chad Spence.
Yes.
And then this, also in the second reading, is ordinance number 2019-12. It's the salary ordinance, again on the second reading. It's where we list the various labor and salaries
2020.
for 2020. Any questions or comments by council? Now I entertain a motion.
Move that we adopt ordinance number 2019-12, which is the ordinance fixing the salaries and wages of appointed officers, employees of the city of Union City, Indiana for the year beginning January 1st, 2020 on the second reading by title only.
We have a first, do we have a second?
I'll second.
James, take roll call vote.
Dan Vinson,
Yes.
Bob Leahy.
Yes.
Jim Hufford,
Yes.
Chad Spence.
Yes.
Okay. No new business. Visitors, anyone wishing to address the council?
Just watching.
Just watching. Well, you could have sat in the front row. Date of the next council meeting is Monday, October 28th at 6 p.m. Next Board of Works meeting is October 28th at 1 p.m. I'd entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
We have a first or a second?
Second?
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned.
Go watch the football.